So where did you get these inspirations from? I mean, every year you're coming up with these ideas. Where do they come from, Sid?
They come from out of the blue, really. I'd see a sardine can at Safeway. My wife and I saw the can of sardine. 3 cans for $1. So I said to Ronnie, I said, you know something? Let's buy these. Merrill Fingerson, who's Scandinavian, he loves sardines. I said, he's worth $1. We'll give him 3 cans of sardines. Anyway, so I took it back to the office. I said, you know something? This is the thing I'm going to do this year. And each item takes like a year to plan to do it. I went ahead and opened up the can of sardines, let the thing open up like you always open them, washed it out with all kinds of detergents. No matter what I washed it out with, it still smelled like sardines. And so I gave it to my shop, and I says, I want you to copy this exactly. They copied even with the thing rolled up, as you see it. And the key, I went ahead and made the key in 18-karat white gold. You have to have something a little bit different color. And I had bought a parcel of diamonds many years before, some Russian diamonds. And I didn't know what to do with them. I said, you know something? I'm going to use these Russian diamonds. They're all beautiful, really fine stones. I'm going to put that on the lid of the sardine can. And I did that, made the announcement with what I wanted to sell it for, ran it, and the AP ran the stories, you name it, they all ran stories on it. And never sold it. So that was another one of the items that I had. And
those are the only black Russian diamonds in the Smithsonian, correct?
Well, right. Jeffrey Post told me, in fact, he made an announcement, those are the only Russian diamonds in the entire Smithsonian collection, which is really surprises me, because if you go into that special vault that they have, and not too many people are invited to that vault. Have you ever seen the vault?
I have, just been nice to us.
Anyway,
yes.
They have tiaras.
When we first looked at your material.
Right, exactly.
We were down there. Yeah.
They have the beautiful things down there that they never display, but they were given to them. But talking about the sardine can, I'll switch over and go to the mousetrap, because
sure. I
figured I was going to do a solid gold mousetrap. I did that, and actually, people say, do you ever sell these things? We sold 5 of them, $12,000 each. Now, who in the hell is going to buy a mousetrap for $12,000? But anyway, I had somebody come in the Fairmont store one day, and she announced herself. She told me who she was, happened to be Joan Kroc. And she says, my husband's birthday, I want to get him something. He has everything. Can you suggest something? So
the founder of McDonald's, we should let them. The founder of McDonald's.
The founder of McDonald's.
Yeah. So
I went to the window and took out the mousetrap. I said, why don't you give him this mousetrap? And she looked at me like I was crazy. A mousetrap? I says, yes, you heard the expression, build a better mousetrap, the world will beat a path to your door. Your husband built a better hamburger. And look what happened. The world beat a path to your door. I built a better mousetrap in solid gold. And look what happened. The world beat a path to my door. Anyways, I says, give it to him as a trophy. I'm going to engrave the back of it. Happy birthday, Ray. Thanks for catching me. Love, Joan. You know how fast it took for her to hand out $12,000? She bought that line, hook, and sinker. And in fact, Johnny Carson, he introduced that one time, and he also did a thing like I did on the television yesterday. When he picked it up, he said, this will even catch Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Tell us about the Monopoly set and what went into that, because that's such a showstopper.
The Monopoly set, I read where there was going to be the World Monopoly Tournament in London in 1988. This goes all the way back to 1988. And so I went ahead and I contacted the PR person that happened to be back in, I think it was in Boston, wherever they had their headquarters at that time, and that was Parker Brothers. There was no internet at all at that time. Everything was just telephone or whatever. And so I proposed to them, I says, you know something, you can look me up wherever you want to look me up. I said, and I've done a lot of things. Each year I come up with a spectacular item. I would like to do the most expensive Monopoly set for the World Monopoly Tournament. So the gal said to me, her name was Pat McCormick. She says, if you can come up with a Monopoly set, actual size, the way we have it, in solid gold, the way you're telling me that you can do it with all the little pieces and 18 karat gold and whatever, she says, we'll send you to London. That'll be the primary thing for the tournament. They won't play with it, but that'll be on exhibit. So it took me a year to make. What happened about 2 months before I was supposed to contact them, she called me and she says, can you send, how far are you? I says, well, still have a little ways to go. Can you send us, or whatever it is, so we can see what it looks like? I says, no. I said, I don't want to start shipping it. It's in between of making and so forth. The reason I didn't want to do it is because 2 reasons. I figured, if this is going to be special, I'm going to put my name on the board. And I did. I put my logo, which is a registered trademark with the U.S. Patent Office. I put my thing right on, like on an edge, on 2 sides. So she says, would you mind? She didn't know that. And that's going against the what do you call it? Yeah, copyright. I'm doing something that I wasn't supposed to do, which I've done many times. Anyway, can we send someone out to look at it? I said, sure. So anyway, they sent someone out. He flew out to San Francisco. I went ahead and put some of the tokens. I covered up my name on both sides. And I told him, I said, you can look, but don't touch. Anyway, so he looked at it. He got on the phone and he called her. He said, Pat, this is the most beautiful thing you'll ever see. It's beautiful. At that point, within a few days, I had my plane ticket. They sent me a ticket, 2 first-class tickets, one for me and one for the Monopoly set that I had in a Valpak. I put that in a Valpak because it was very heavy, as you can see. And I put that in, that was my seating mate. And when I got into London, should I tell you something, they had guards. They chauffeured me around. I felt like I was a king of someplace, whatever. But anyway, they chauffeured me. They had me watched every minute, even at that time. And it was a big hit. I met Andrew Lloyd Webber. I met the Prime Minister, Edward Heath. He sat there with me. You saw what happened yesterday when he rolled the dice and he rolled it on the board. Kristen, and you said to him, no, you're going to scratch the board. Rolled the dice on the whatever it is, the wood thing. So anyway, this is what happened to the Prime Minister. He said he wanted to play, and he took the dice, and I said, Mr. Minister, I says, don't roll the dice on there. I said, you're going to end up scratching the board. Now, can you imagine me telling that to the Prime Minister of England, be careful, I don't want you to scratch the board. But I took pictures with Andrew Lloyd Webber at that time. All he did is he played the piano for us. He was there at the thing. He held up a thing that said Monopoly. I think you may have seen the picture of that. And I met a lot of people. He didn't know who I was. I didn't know who he was, except he was Andrew Lloyd Webber. So